Hi everyone, this is Danae, and today we will be talking about Tchaikovsky's first piano concerto. It's been a very long time since I last posted a video, and I'm really sorry for the long silence. I've been seeing your comments, I've been seeing that you've been writing to me, and I've been reading everything, and I'm really so grateful that you've been asking and that you've been still watching the videos that I've uploaded. The reason why I haven't posted is just simply because I've been so busy with concerts and traveling. The past year and season in general was really full, which of course I'm also very happy about because I love playing concerts. But there just was not enough time for me to make videos as well and keep up my tour schedule and also spend time with my family. So it was just all a bit too much. Now I'm going to try to get back into posting. I already now have to honestly say that I know I won't be able to post weekly because I know the schedule that I have next year and it is still pretty full. So I know that there will be no weekly videos like there used to, but I will try to post regularly so that you always have new content coming up. Just please bear with me if it's spaced out a little bit different than it used to, and if it takes a bit more time for a new video to come up, but I'm definitely going to try to get back into making these videos for you, because the truth is I have missed you as well. I've missed our dialogues and our exchange in the comments, and being able to reply to you and hearing all your opinions or repertoire suggestions, your approaches to pieces, which exercises have helped you. And so I'm really excited to get back into posting. So yes, thank you for still being here. Thank you for still watching. I'm so happy, and let's get into the video. So today I chose a passage from Tchaikovsky's first piano concerto, which is a concerto that I'm actually playing next January. So in general, this is something that I will try to be doing to somehow incorporate the repertoire that I'm practicing anyway into my videos, because that makes it a little less time intensive for me and a little easier to make a video if I can kind of film part of my practice session that I'm doing anyway. So I will be playing Tchaikovsky's Piano Concerto in January, and I chose a passage that I find has a lot to show and a lot to teach. It's a passage from the first movement, and it comes twice in the piece. So I think maybe first I'm going to put some screenshots of the score so you can see exactly which passage it is, and you can maybe screenshot it and just always get back to it when I explain the exercises. So of course, as always, the first thing that I do is I play through the entire passage slowly. What makes this passage so tricky to me is that you have to think in two different categories at the same time. There is the melody and then there is the accompaniment. And the accompaniment is very uncomfortable and quite virtuosic. So we really need to kind of split our right hand in two. And when there is a melody note, really think in this melodic touch, of course, much louder and more brilliant and sounding like a melody for the upper finger. So it's usually in the fifth or fourth finger. And then when there's the accompaniment, it really needs to sound like it comes from a different room, much quieter and not as important, but of course still clean and clear sounding. So the first thing that I like to do is to kind of divide this passage up into chords, because there are all these broken chords that you're playing. It's kind of a large arpeggio passage, if you like, and to just play the chords. Now, for this exercise, I'm disregarding the melody and accompaniment thing that I just talked about, and I just play the chords because it's so important for the hand to really get used to these positions and to make these hand positions go into your subconscious, because there is no time when you're performing this on stage to think about, oh, where am I placing my finger in this passage? It just needs to go there automatically. So I play through the entire passage in chords, basically meaning that I just play every quarter note, every quarter beat as a chord. So I take the 4/16 notes that are within the quarter and play them as a chord throughout the entire passage. The next thing that I do is I take only the melody and then I play this melody, of course, with the right fingering. So basically it's a very uncomfortable fingering for the melody, which I would never use if I didn't have all the accompaniment underneath. So I play it with 5/5 or 5/4, whichever fingers you're going to use when you play through the entire piece. I play through it and I really try to focus on making it sound as melodic as possible, to really look out for the phrasing, to not just play the notes, because what's hard about this passage is to make it sound like a supernatural melody when you're just playing with your fifth and fourth finger of the right hand while you're also having other things underneath to play. Then I focus on the accompaniment only. And the accompaniment, as I mentioned, is so vital to be quiet. So you want to really not have the projecting sound and the touch that projects sound that you have when you're playing the melody. You want to have a completely different sound, a very quiet, light one, kind of that sounds like you're just touching on the keys. So I try to play the entire accompaniment with this in mind. So completely disregarding the melody, just thinking, okay, what do I want the accompaniment to sound like? And then I play through the accompaniment like that. I also like to divide the accompaniment up into half bars. So basically, because it's a 4/4 beat, into 2 beats each, just to make sure that every note is in place and everything is equal, and I can work on these little sections much easier than if I'm playing through the entire passage. Another thing that I do is one of my favorite exercises, which if you have been watching my previous videos, you definitely know. It's taking the entire passage and dividing the 16th notes into 4 slow ones and 4 fast ones. So I don't break, I don't stop within the entire passage. I just play 4 slow 16th notes followed by 4 fast 16th notes, and then immediately again 4 slow 16th notes followed by 4 fast 16th notes. And after I've done that, I turn it around. So I start with 4 fast 16th notes followed by 4 slow 16th notes. So in the end, you've played every note either fast or slowly, depending on which time it was fast or slow. What this exercise does is I find it's really efficient and it really enables you to increase your speed quite quickly. So by doing this, you really get used to the positions and you are able to really increase the tempo as fast as possible. It's, for me, really one of my go-to exercises, and if I have no time whatsoever, that's probably the one exercise that I'm going to do. One musical thing that I would like to point out is the accents. You'll see that some notes have accents and some don't. And I think that Tchaikovsky very intentionally placed accents on a few notes and no accents on other notes. So try to make sure that if there is an accent, you really try to show it, not, I would say, harshly, but it's more of an intense feeling. These accents I find are more intensity, and they just show that the intensity gets stronger when there's an accent. And then if there's no accent, then it's a bit softer and the phrasing goes on. There's not so much intention and intensity behind the non-accented notes as behind the accented notes. want to quickly touch upon the last section of this passage, which is the triplet section with the chords. There again, I try to first just play the chords in order to practice these jumps, and then I divide it up into short sections to again work on the short ones before I get into the whole passage. But here again, it is very important for the hand positions and jumps to really go into your subconscious so that you don't have to really think about it, but your fingers know exactly which harmony comes next in order to play it convincingly in tempo in the end. In general, if there is any moment or any bar in this passage that you find particularly uncomfortable, what I like to do is to play that difficult bar intentionally. So I might take a little bit of extra time. I might place that one melody note a little stronger, or I will think about it more intentionally, because that really helps me regain control. Because when I am scared of a passage or I find a passage a little bit difficult, then the danger is that I will try to kind of just brush over it and go quickly and lose control. So I try to take back control by playing it extra intentionally. And that extra amount of intention, I find, is a really good trick in order to master some tricky bars that are within an already uncomfortable section. And in the end, I play through the entire passage. Yes, so this was a little excursion into one of the passages that I find a little bit tricky and interesting in Tchaikovsky's Piano Concerto. Obviously, this piece has many, many more passages to offer. There is the famous octave passage in the first movement. There are several passages. If you are interested, let me know in the comments, because I would love to make some more videos about Tchaikovsky Piano Concerto, also about the other movements, and just pick out things that I find helpful to talk about. That would be something that I could definitely do over the course of January while I'm practicing this piece as well. So if that is of interest to you, let me know. Then I can maybe post 1 or 2 or 3 more videos about Tchaikovsky's Piano Concerto No. 1. And in any case, I am just looking forward to hearing from you, to hearing what you've been up to, how your piano journey is going. I really recognize many of you by your usernames because you've been commenting so often. It's almost, I feel like I almost kind of know you a little bit. So please let me know what you've been up to, how everything has been going, how piano is going. And of course, let me know what what you would like to see. I already have a long list of comments that I've been seeing of things you would like to see. I know you've been mentioning some specific Chopin etudes. Some of you have been mentioning Hanon exercises. So I have this in mind as well. But let me know what you would like to see. If you would like some more chatty videos where I talk about the performing life, you would like more tutorials, performance videos, I am just looking forward to getting back in touch with you. And again, thank you so much for being here, for still being here and waiting for so long for this new video to come. So for now, I wish you happy holidays, Merry Christmas, or Merry whatever you celebrate, and a good start into the new year. And I will see you again in January. Bye.